desert in 1,000 miles of heat. Some days you wonder how Everybody gather round from coast to coast. Lift your glasses high and make a toast. Happy birthday.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Reverend Jay, and a special welcome to everybody this morning on this beautiful December morning. We have an incredible service that starts with some music and is always infused with love. So let's start with this music. Please welcome Patricia Bahia.
Thank you. So this is a welcome song, and I invite you, as I'm singing it, to welcome the people around you and sing along if you are so inclined. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. No matter where you come from, no matter where you've been, come on in. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. No matter where you come from, no matter where you've been, come on in. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. Come as you are, don't change a thing. Just bring yourself and come on in. And now we're gonna do a key change. Oh, it's just a half step. You can do it. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. No matter where you come from, no matter where you've been, come on in. You are welcome here. You are welcome here.
Thank you, Patricia. It's such a delight to have you here from Southern California. You said it's a little cold here this morning for
It's
you.
a little chilly. I'm wearing
Well-
my furry and warm stuff that I never get to wear in Southern California, so it's great.
Well, we're a warm community, so I hope you warm up in this community. So good to have you back here. It was about
Thank
6
you.
months ago, I think, when you were here.
When was it, Esther? March.
Yeah. So welcome back.
Thank you so
You're
much.
always welcome here.
Thank you.
So I want to let you know a few things going on, but before we start our service today, we like to begin with our vision and mission statement. So if you'll look up on the screen with me, and we read, "We are an inclusive community for spiritual growth and compassionate action." And our mission statement, "We are co-creating a world that works for everyone by living intentionally, loving unconditionally, and seeing God in all people and all faiths." A glorious affirmation for us in this season of light, where we honor so many religions that have ceremonies and rituals and holidays around light in December, and it's not by accident. It's because it is the darkest days of the year. What we know about some faiths, the original dates that they used weren't even had anything to do with December, but they moved to December because the light is so hopeful and meaningful to us that we need that. So we're honoring that, and today is our Hanukkah Sunday. We're grateful for that. Also today at 2 o'clock, something you won't want to miss, we're having a concert today, a singer-songwriter concert with Astra and Patricia and another singer-songwriter named Austin Willisey. It's an exciting concert we're going to have. It's a ticket event, but there are plenty of tickets available, so please join us for that. The Spanish-speaking service is from 12:30 to 1:30, so we're starting the concert at 2 o'clock. So go out, go home, get some lunch, come back, and it'll be a delightful delight. We did this 6 months ago, if you remember. Incredible concert, so we're looking forward to that. It'll be fun today. And then things coming up this week. On December 12th, Tuesday of this week, is the Pro-Inclusion Napa meeting. If you have questions about that, Johanna's back here to be glad to help you with that. This week, they're kind of rotating where they're meeting. And it's a Methodist church, which is on Randolph Street this week at 5:30, right? 5:30. So if you've not been a part of that, it's not too late to become part of that. It's an important social movement that's important to encourage people to be compassionate in many ways, on many levels, and they have many projects, and would love your engagement in it. So that's Tuesday, 5:30, Methodist Church for Pro-Inclusion Napa. And then it begins our own season of light, the things that we're doing here that are events you can attend, which begins on the 16th, Saturday 16th, with the Posada Navideña. I always got to get that nya in there, at 5 o'clock. And the theme this year is the magic living in you. Now, it's primarily in Spanish, but you don't have to speak Spanish. It's about the metaphor of Mary and Joseph and their pilgrimage, if you want to call it, their pilgrimage to light, to love. We're talking about this month to the end, which at first they weren't included, but then the end opens up in all arms, and that's hopefully a metaphor for this community that we're open to all people and opening the doors to all people. So that's on the 16th. And then the winter solstice ritual that we're doing on Thursday the 24th at 7 p.m. It's led by Virginia, Charlie Toledo at the Soskel Intertribal Council, and myself. And what's wonderful about that event is we're starting at 7, and the actual solstice is like 7:26. So during the time we're here together, it will be the official solstice, but it'll be a ritual about letting go and claiming what you want in the new year. Once again, it's one of these things that the new year is on December 21st rather than December 31st, but that's when we celebrate it. We can celebrate both. That's okay. And then the very next night, just worked out the way the schedule worked, we're having our candle lighting service. And this is a really glorious service the practitioners have planned, where they're going to be including 12 different qualities of God in this. It's a different format we're doing this year that's sacred throughout the whole. It's definitely not something you want to miss. We'll also have a personal candle lighting here. that you'll have a chance to be a part of. I do want to give you a heads up. It's on Friday night in Napa. And please come early for parking, and because we have limited seating in here as well. So just give you a heads up there because we've had events on Friday night before and people have had trouble finding parking. But there is this parking lot on the corner of Pearl and Coombs, as well as the parking garage that usually has spaces open. Usually there's enough for us in there, so consider that. And then we continue to the 24th on a regular Sunday. We're having a metaphysical Christmas. Now, what's going to be fun about that day is Shauna Marshall's going to lead us in some Christmas carols. The ones that, the ones you don't, maybe you've heard them a lot, but you don't get a chance to sing them necessarily as a community. So we're going to, all our favorite Christmas carols, we're going to do that. And then I'm also going to be retelling the story of the birth of Jesus, but from a metaphysical point of view. So a different perspective about that day that we celebrate at Christmas time. So that's a season of light too as part of this. And then we usually do a New Year peace meditation on December 31st at 4 o'clock in the morning. But because that's a Sunday this year, we're not going to do it in person. We're just going to do it virtual. So you can just roll out of bed, be a part of the stream, and then roll back to bed if you want to. But then get up in time because we do have a service that day, which is why we're not doing another one in person. So at 10:30, we'll have our regular Sunday service. And we're going to do the burning bowl, the New Year's ritual. So another chance for you to let go and claim what you want for the new year. So I think that'll be exciting to be a part of that as well. And then in the new year, a couple things going on is, that if you're a person who gives at the end of the year, the Napa Can Do has a great give guide for local nonprofits that are doing great work. And also consider us, the Napa Valley Center for Spiritual Living, for year-end gifts. We appreciate that. And then I don't have a slide for it. So in January, we have some important things going on. The first one is on January. It's the first Sunday in January. I believe it's the 7th. Yeah, it would be the 7th. We're going to, for those of you who knew Charlie Thompson, he passed away about a week and a half ago now. He was a piano player for a long time in our community. We're going to have a celebration of his life on January 7th after the services. Just a chance to tell stories and honor him for the light he was in this world. So that's on January 7th. And then the very next week is MLK weekend, a day of service. We'll have a commemoration on Sunday, and on Monday, the day of service. You'll hear more about that, but I just want to keep you aware of the New Year arc. Our services don't end on the end of the year. And also we'll be having some new classes coming out the new year. So enough for these announcements. Let's go back to some music.
All right, so I invite you to center down and enter in and celebrate this special and precious time together. Center down. Now Let it go, let it go, let it go. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe out, breathe out. Let joy be now, be now. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe out. Let hope be now, be now. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe out, breathe out. Let love be now, be now, be now.
Let's just continue in this consciousness, breathing in and breathing out. Knowing the very breath we breathe is the breath of Spirit. That we breathe it in. As we breathe out, we feel the peace that is within us, that is always there. Just a moment between our thoughts, a pause to notice something that brings us joy, a meaningful conversation. And we know Spirit is there and always there. As we open up this service today, we know Spirit is present with us, both in this room and with those who are joining us online. Right where they are, Spirit is. As we continue to allow Spirit to be that inspiration, that breath within us, and open up to the blessings, to the light, to the love that is available to us in this moment. As we listen to the music and the message, and we're just present with ourselves, we know that all is well. And Spirit resides, abides, and is us. And for this we're grateful. And so it is. Well, today we're honoring Hanukkah. And it's an amazing story, and I'm not suggesting I'm doing the official ritual that a Jewish community would do. We're just honoring the tradition of Hanukkah. Because we know it is one of those faiths that honor the light at this time of the year. And it all started with about over 2,000 years ago, about 2,200 years ago, when the temple had been taken over by the Assyrian Greeks at the time. And they ran the temple, and there they worshipped many gods and goddesses. And the beliefs were then that if you were a smart person, you could outsmart the gods and goddesses. And the Jews of the time didn't believe in that. They believed in one God that they would honor, they would listen to, they would let be guided. This is the God that took them out of Egypt, out of slavery, and into the promised land. And this was the promised land. So at this time, they overtook the people controlling the temple at the time, and they reclaimed it as their own. When they went into the temple, they wanted to rededicate it, reestablish it as their temple. And they did that through rituals, through candle lighting that were not wax but oil-based lamps. But when they got there was only enough oil to last for one day and it would be at least a week before they could re-bless, have reconsecrated oil that they could use officially. But they trusted in God, and that which was only enough enough oil for one day lasted for 8 days. And that's why they call it the miracle of light. So now Jews gather together. The first night of Hanukkah was last Thursday. This is the 4th day of Hanukkah, but not officially until tonight, because when families gather, they gather in the evening to tell stories and, of course, eat food. That's part of the Jewish tradition too. And to light the menorah candle. So this is a representative of the ritual they do. So what's important about the center candle, it's called the shamash candle, I believe it's called. Let me look back here. But this is called the helper candle or servant candle. So I light it from our God candle because I know all light is sourced in the divine. But this candle is meant to be a servant to the other candles. It's only this candle that lights the menorah. So it's represented in each of the, now although it's only the 4th day, I'm going to light all the candles today because we're just doing a representative of this ritual. But maybe we all be willing in spiritual significance to be servants, helpers to help light the light in the world. And I've heard Jewish people describe that as it's not a large, even though I've seen some large displays of candles. It's meant to be a small menorah that is representative of even a small light can light the entire world and make a difference. And we also celebrate with faith this idea that this menorah, this miracle of spirit within us continues to light, continues to be the light within us, that it's eternally giving, eternally within us and around us. And we let lights of different holidays and seasonal lights reflect back to us the light that we know that is within us. So just take a moment to either stare at the lights up here or to close your eyes and think about the light within yourself and just allow that to reflect and allow yourself to recognize the spark that's within you. We know by knowing this light within you, within yourself, that you can hold the light for yourself, for revelation, for finding peace, finding love in this season of the darkest nights, but also that we're able to hold the light for others who might be challenged at this time, whether it be physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. And in holding this light, we become the miracle of light ourselves. And this we know. And so it is. Now we'll have a little more music.
I'm changing the order because this next song is all about light, and I have to do it now. So that was really beautiful. Thank you so much for that message. This next song is about the power of light of one person, being able to really light the way for so many others. And it doesn't have to be a huge light. So it's called Let Your Colors Shine. And I wrote it inspired by my niece, who at the time was very, very shy and insecure, and I just wanted her to know how wonderful she was. And I was also inspired by the Rumi poem. It's a very short poem. It says, "Don't you know yet? It's your light that lights the world." And you're a comet blazing in the night when you show it. So amazing, out of this world, out of sight, and you don't even know it. I wish you could see you the way that I do, without even trying. You warm up the room with your smile. You turn on the light. So come on, let your colors shine. Let your colors shine. Let your colors shine, yeah, all over the world. Until you, I was fading, fading away in the dark. Now the gray has lost its shade and the clouds all roll away. You bring the spark, oh yeah. Flower whose power is drawn from the sun. When I'm down, you lift me up with your smile. You turn up the light. So come on, let your colors shine. Let your colors shine. Let your colors shine, yeah, all over the world. You got it like no other, only one of a kind. You fill my world with color, hey, 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 hey. So let it shine, yeah. Let your colors shine. Let your colors shine. Let your colors shine, yeah, all over the world.
That's beautiful. Yeah. And we really don't know often how much our light makes a difference. And we may never know. So we just keep loving and keep lighting the world up and assuming we're making a difference. Assuming. And speaking of lights on Hanukkah, I wanted to mention that Harris Nussbaum was scheduled to be here, but he was under the weather. And he's normally our traditional Hanukkah lighter, and I did it a little differently, but I didn't want to be culturally inappropriate, to take another's tradition. But I was the fill-in, and so many other people I asked. The Jewish people I know who observe it, this is the middle of their Hanukkah, so they couldn't. Right now at Congregation Beth Shalom, it's the children's celebration of Hanukkah there. So we just honor that. And I know that I did have some distant relatives that were Jewish. My great-grandmother was Jewish, and that doesn't mean I have the right to do this, but I'm just saying that she and her family moved around a lot in Europe because they were being persecuted. They ended up in the United States in the 1930s was the final place they moved, and they would not admit they were Jewish because they were afraid. They said they were Protestant. And so we kind of lost that line of Judaism in our family because of fear. And I want to make sure there's a place in this world for all religions to be able to practice and have the freedom to find their path of liberation. And we know that there are so many valid paths to this liberation, as I call it. Both people that have a fundamental view of the birth of Jesus, the people that celebrate Hanukkah, Diwali, the pagans that celebrate winter solstice, who some people in this community identify with, the people who are Muslim, and the people that are Sikh, and all religions. We know this is a path of light, a path of salvation, redemption, liberation, and we honor those paths. And we continue this month on this journey towards the light. And this is what all religions do. It's a journey towards the light. Last week I talked about Joseph Campbell and his work on the hero's journey, which I just love. I'm just totally fascinated by mythology around that, from Star Wars to Lord of the Rings, but also Mary and Joseph, that their journey towards the light. And he talks about how on this journey we go into the unknown, but we have assistance. We have miracles happen, synchronicities, guidance, miracles, companionship. We're empowered. We're given tools to get through the dark nights, to get through the challenges that we have. And we come through it where we are empowered, we're transformed, we're more spiritually magnificent, more able to deal with things because we're willing to go on this journey towards the light. He said that we don't even have to risk the adventure alone because the heroes before us have gone. The way is thoroughly known. We only have to follow the thread of the hero path. And I feel that so many people who I consider ancestors or spiritual teachers that I've read or studied with, that my way has been made easier by them. He goes on to say that where we had thought to find an abomination, we find illumination. Where we had thought we had to slay another, we slay false parts of ourselves. And where we thought we had to travel outwards, we shall come to the center of our own existence. Where we thought we had to be alone, we shall be with all in the world. Often the spiritual path is thought to be one of loneliness, and I know at times there are people sometimes and ways and things that you do leave behind in order to find the light. But the truth is, this is not a lonely path, does not have to be alone. And it's the light within us that continues to guide us. And we honor this light. I love this time of the year. I don't know if you've been driving around looking at people's decorations. Some people are quite elaborate in their outdoor decorations. Some people are simpler in their decorations. But it's estimated 60% of households, at least 60% of households, have exterior lights on their house. And there's also an estimate that hundreds of billions of lights are lit up this time of year. And that includes tens of millions of feet when they're strung together, which means that's 200 times the distance from the Earth to the moon. That's a lot of lights, right? And why do we do it? Because it's these dark nights and we're looking for a reflection. I mean, some people might just do it to decorate, I know, but for me, it is a symbolic of this reflection of the light to guide us through these dark, dark nights. I don't know about you, but boy, that sun is setting earlier and earlier. And yet the darkness invites us into a deeper part of ourselves. I always say it's ironic that it's the busiest time of the year when the earth is really calling us towards a deeper, more contemplative time. So if you can balance those two, that's the best. Still enjoy the parties and the times with others, and to find some time to be reflective. It's an important time to hold the light for other people. There is a lot of seemingly dark times on this earth, but there's been other times when it was dark. The time when the Hanukkah first happened, that was a dark time for the Jewish people. When Jesus was born, that was the continuing times of the dark times for the Jewish people. And there have been other times. So we still rely on those giants of consciousness that have led the way, including Jesus, including Moses, Mohammed, so many other spiritual teachers, even modern ones like Ram Dass, that have led the way for us. And we can follow this light. We can follow the light of others until we're able to remember our own light. In this festival of light and this festival of love. And the stories continue, not only Hanukkah, but the birth of Jesus, about the star that guided the shepherds and the wise men, and new stories that continually are told this time of the year about light guiding them, some miraculous, like I told last week. And then we have Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer that on a foggy night led the reindeer and Santa, right? It is the light that guides us. Jesus said, I am the light of the world. Now, what's important about what he said is, first of all, he uses the phrase, I am. And any time in the Bible there's this word, I am, that means spirit. Because I am is that I am that Moses revealed to be the name of spirit, the great I am. So I am as the light. And he doesn't say, I am a light, I am the light, because there is only one light. Despite the tens of thousands of miles of strings of lights, there is only one light. And Jesus was clear that he was not the exception. He never said he was. He was an example. He was a way shower. Because he turned around at another time and said, you are the light. A town is built on a hill, he says, can't be hidden. People do not light a lamp and put it under a basket. Instead, they put it on a stand and give light to everybody in the house. So basically it's saying, don't hide your light. Let it light up the room. And the room stands for consciousness, or that which is. Don't hide it. Let your light shine so others will see the good things you do. They will bring glory to God, to Spirit, the light that is within us, the light is around us, to bring to the universe and guide others. Ernest Holmes said that the spark which burns at the center of our own soul is caught from the living and eternal flame of Spirit. So we know that light that Jesus was talking about, and Jesus was clear about it too. The source is Spirit. It isn't Jesus. It isn't Muhammad. It isn't Moses. The source of light. The Buddhists have a great phrase about don't look at the person. Don't worship the person who's pointing to the moon. Look at the moon. The moon is the source of our light. However, people are way showers, and they can show us this light. They can be this light, and we can see that. And so today's message is about no one, no many. And what that is, it's based on, Heraclitus was I don't know when he lived, a long time ago, a philosopher, and he lived so long ago, we only have fragments of what he had to say. Just little pieces left from manuscripts he made, but they have dissolved, and we've preserved them. And his 10th fragment says, the one is made up of all things, and all things issue from the one. The one thing is made up of all things, and all things issue from the one. And from this came the United States motto, which you've heard of that, E pluribus unum. It is from the many one. Now, originally they thought this was talking about people that come from all over the world, and we're one nation. But I think of it, out of the many people that are here, we are one. There is only one God, one Spirit, one light. one nation with God, creating a more perfect union. And I like to imagine that and repeat that and affirm that often because we are apparently divisive. But that divisiveness is just among humans. We know that the Spirit surrounds us and is the oneness can hold us in all. And when we come from this place of oneness, we can, as Valerie Carr says, that we meet no strangers because they are a part of us that we do not know yet. They are a part of us that we do not know yet. Jesus also said that if you know me, you would know God, because he was a way shower. So if we followed that light, we would know God. However, he's real clear that he is an example, not an exception. He had a personal relationship with God. So, he lived in an Essene community and probably in his teens and early adulthood. We knew he spent time there. And there he learned about how to align with Spirit, that he didn't need to have animal sacrifices or go to any one person, although he had teachers, which, by the way, was probably his mother, and Mary Magdalene was also in the line of spiritual teachers, that because they were female, they were not allowed to publicly teach. They could teach in private. He, being a man at the time in a patriarchal society, could come forth and talk about the same wisdom that he was taught, that he could do it publicly because he was a man. Sad, but true, but at least he was able to communicate this wisdom that we benefit from now. The one time of his showing strong emotion of anger was turning over the tables in the temple because they were selling the right to do animal sacrifices. Just that was so wrong in his mind, how Spirit worked, that he thought the temple was being hypocritical. And so he knew this truth, this personal relationship, and that he had many followers. Now, I mentioned on candlelight service that we're going to do, or have the practitioners are going to get here, and they're going to have 12 traits. We decided to move it from 7 to 12 for a couple of reasons, but 12 is a sacred number, and it seems to honor this time of the year. I mean, there are 12 months, there's 12 astrological signs, there's 12 tribes of Israel. Charles Fillmore, the co-founder of Unity Church, which are our New Thought cousins, he wrote a book called The 12 Powers of Christ Consciousness. So it's a magical number, and Jesus had 12 disciples. But here's the thing that's coming out in some ancient literature that wasn't in the Bible, but other sources of information that weren't included, is he had 12 male disciples, but he also had 12 female disciples. That there was this, exactly. Let's all give a round of applause to that. There was this balance of masculine and feminine in his followers. And he himself was a way shower of this blending of masculine and feminine. That people wanted him to be a political rebel. And that's not what he wanted to be. He didn't want to be violent. He was a non-violent, and he wanted to show us the way to light and to love. And to be this light in the world, to make a difference. I don't know if you know who Carlton Pearson is. He's a minister out of Oklahoma, and he passed recently. I admired him from the first time I met him, because he was an evangelical, conservative Christian minister who was scheduled to be the heir apparent to Oral Roberts, had a church of 10,000 or more people. And he realized that Christianity was a way, but not the way, and began to talk about the unity of all life. And he lost his pulpit position because he was telling the truth. And but he was supported by other people, including Centers for Spiritual Living and Yvette Flender out of Oakland, and a lot of people, and support him. And he started a new church that talked about these principles. But his courage to do that, and I would suggest more ministers, know that truth and don't speak about it because they're scared to lose their job, their community. And that's hypocrisy to me. And I don't know those people. They have to know themselves. I know that, and I'm not saying Christianity is a valid path. And it's a valid path. It's not the valid path. And we continue to look towards other people to recognize the truth that's in them. And from a sense of oneness, we can recognize our own light and the light of others. I liked what Diane Butler said, who wrote a book called Finding God in the World. She said, when we recognize our common humanity, when we recognize our own humanity in the face of the other, we also recognize the face of God. So this is the truth that we can recognize in our own humanity. We don't have to be this saint of a person. We can find in our own humanity, in our own quirks and ways that we are in the world, that we can find God. And we can find it in the commonness of all people. And in the face of others, we recognize humanity and we also recognize God. Susan Jeffers, another author, says, as we open our hearts to others, we begin to discover the truth of our own inner beauty, the inner strength, and the inner light. So just by being in a relationship, by opening up our heart, even when things are challenging in our relationships, we begin to discover the truth of our own inner beauty, our own inner light, our own inner strength that we didn't realize was there. And this is also going back to the hero's journey that Joseph Campbell was talking about, that we find help along the way if we're willing to keep walking, willing to move through the darkness, move through challenges, and allow guidance, revelation, insights, understanding, and be open to that along the way. So as we talk about the journey towards light, the question is, where is the light? Because sometimes it seems pretty darn dark out there. I think about the rotation of the earth and how, as the sun is about to rise, the lights are coming on in the houses slowly. But on the other side of the planet, as the sun is setting, lights are going out. In a continued rotation of this planet. And the same is true for us. Sometimes our light dawns and sometimes it sets. Sometimes we think we'll never find it. But remember, where we thought we had to be alone, we'll be with the world as long as we rely on this light, holding a sense of grace, a sense of love. But I know I've had times, during this time of the year, there's moments I feel, or maybe periods of time that I feel a little down, a little low energy. But I had a period of about 15 years ago where I had a year of it. It was tough. It was tough going. And the thing that brought me through that year was a group of men that I was in a men's group, and they kept holding the light for me, which I didn't want to, I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it. But they didn't give up on me. They just held the light for me until I began to see it. And it's really important to do that. And the light within us is simply a peace, a calm, that all is well. Like the Silent Night carol that we sing at this time of the year, Silent Night, Holy Night, all is calm, all is bright. All is calm. And so it's not like you see something, but you sense it within you, that there's just some comfort, some okayness in life. A peace around whatever it is. It doesn't even mean that suddenly there's a solution to our challenges, but it means there's a peace around it. During those my darker times, people will often say or something like, well, the wound is the place where the light enters me. Well, I'm sure that's true. And afterwards, I think, oh yeah, I can see that. My light comes through that pain I had, that wound I had. But at the time, it doesn't feel. It feels like a trite phrase. It doesn't help me at all. What does help me is if I know someone is holding the light for me. Just holding me in the light. Just knowing my truth. Or I can hold myself in the light. Just allow this light shining down on me, filling me up, even when I don't feel it inside. But pretty soon, not pretty soon, sometimes it's a long time, okay? But eventually, how about that? Eventually the light is there. And when I know the light inside of me, then I can shine it for other people. I can hold it for them. And so when I know this oneness, when I know the possibility of light, I know just like 2,200 years ago, the Jewish people rededicated their temple, I can rededicate myself. I can recommit myself. I can choose again. Jesus said, I love this, you are the salt of the earth. But suppose the salt loses saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything. It'll be thrown out and people walk all over it. Now, I think that's kind of an interesting phrase. He says, how can it be made salt again? He doesn't tell us. I think he's assuming maybe it was broken up, maybe it was another part of his teaching, but he does tell us in the way he lives, in the way his other stories, and the way we become salty again. The way we get into light again is to recommit ourselves. He would go to the wilderness. He would be in contemplation and allowing. He also had people that supported him. I like what Gabrielle Bernstein talks about, the choose again method, where you notice a thought is negative or not in alignment or not true about you. We forgive the thought. Okay, I know that's not me, that's not true, but I forgive myself for being caught in that moment, and you choose again. No regrets. Forgive anything you need to forgive, feel what you need to feel, think what you need to think, and then choose again. Going back to what Diane Bass says, in our common humanity, we recognize that we are human, that we slipped, we made a misstep, we forgive ourselves, and we choose again. And when we know one, we love all. The candle lighting service this year, the practitioners chose Light the Way to Love as our theme. Light the way to love. That's what we're all doing. We're lighting our way to love. We're on this journey towards light. We're in this light. And as we move towards the light, we find our way to love. Marianne Williamson, the teacher and sometimes politician as well, but I love her books. And she said that the love within us is meant to extend outward. The closer we grow to our own inner light, we feel a natural urge to share it. We all long for meaningful work, some creative endeavor, and that will be our ministry, by which the energies within us might flow out to help heal the world. So the light in our own being is lighting the way to love. And we allow the light of this season to reflect back to us our own light. And from this light, we hold the light for others. We allow them, like a flashlight, to come through the darkness and know this is a way. Jesus was a way shower. We are way showers also. Sometimes we're showing ourselves the way, and sometimes we're showing other people the way. Let us go to prayer. We rest in this moment in peace and love, knowing it is Spirit within us that is the source of this light, this love, this peace. We don't have to go anywhere or be anybody else or do anything else. We can just be. And that's enough. We allow this light within us to be the truth of who we are in all ways, in all aspects of our being. And we allow God to be that light that shines forth, holding the light for ourselves and holding the light for others. And for this truth, this principle, this living truth that's within us, this living way that's within us, we are so grateful for, because we know it is always here and always true. And we declare it to be so by simply saying together, and so it is.
Okay, we're going to cap off the message with my song, Every Heart, One Love. I just love what you had to say about a way, not the way, because I was raised in the Baha'i faith, and we believe that every one of the faith traditions is they're all messengers from the same God. So Every Heart, One Love is a song that I wrote with my friend Diana Rose Dawson. We wrote it during the 2016 presidential campaign when we thought the divisiveness in our country couldn't get any worse. Little did we know. Anyway, but we wrote it as a reminder to ourselves that we really are so much more alike than we are different. And every heart beats to the rhythm of one love. Can you all hear the guitar okay? All right. People shouting like they got the answer. Louder and louder now, I'm drowning in a sea of anger. Quick to judge, pass the blame, assign the labels. Wish we'd all stop acting like we're strangers. If we could see underneath, we are one family. And it don't matter where you come from. Every heart beats to the rhythm of one love. One love, one love. Every heart beats to the rhythm of one love. Every heart beats to the rhythm of one. What if we could rise above division, look for the good, and take the time to really listen to everybody, every voice and every color. Give love 'cause we were made to love each other. And even if we disagree, we are one family. And it don't matter where you come from. Every heart beats to the rhythm of one love. One love, one love. Every heart beats to the rhythm of one love. Every heart beats to the rhythm of one. Every heart beats to the rhythm. Sing this part with me. Beats to the rhythm. Every heart beats to the rhythm of one love. Every heart beats to the rhythm. Every heart beats to the rhythm. Every heart beats to the rhythm of one love. Harmonies. Every heart beats to the rhythm. Every heart beats to the rhythm. Every heart beats to the rhythm of one love. Every heart beats to the rhythm. Every heart beats to the rhythm. Every heart, one love. One more time. Every heart beats to the rhythm. Every heart beats to the rhythm. Every heart, one love. One love. One love. One love. Every heart beats to the rhythm of one love. Every heart beats to the rhythm of one love.
Beautiful, beautiful. And a great song. Picks us up a little bit there. It's great. One love it is. So I so appreciate everybody being here today and just celebrating this light, celebrating this love that we know is all within us. This time in our service when we celebrate giving, our sharing of abundance. So if you're so able, we appreciate your contributions. And if the ushers could come forward, please. We know that that which you give is a way to circulate this light and love in all ways. And we're grateful for you being a part of this. It helps support our vision and mission. And we have a variety of ways for you to give, including here on Sundays or in the mail or online. We appreciate all those ways. So let's just take our hand and put it over our heart to represent that which you're giving, whether you've given already or you're giving. We read this affirmation: divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. And so it is.
Every ray of sun that falls upon my skin, for every midnight sky I find my solace in, I am grateful even for the storm that rages through the night and drenches me in rain. As I'm reaching for the light, I am grateful. I'm alive and breathing. I am thankful. I have love within me. I am grateful for gifts disguised as heartaches. I am thankful. Oh, I am grateful. Sometimes the days are bright and the blessings overflow. Even on the days when it seems like all the doors are closed, I am grateful. I don't need to have the answers. It's faith I hold on to, and I listen to the voice inside and know I'll make it through. I am grateful. I'm alive and breathing. I am thankful. I have love within me. I am grateful for gifts disguised as heartaches. I am thankful. Spirit's with me every minute, every second, even on my darkest day. As long as I have life within me, I will lift my voice to say, I am grateful. I'm alive and breathing. I am thankful. I have love within me. I am grateful for every gift disguised as heartaches. I am thankful. Oh, I am grateful.
We like to acknowledge anybody who is here for the first time. If I can get my words, I think I'm out. I think my breath just ran out. It just. If you're here for the first time, we want to acknowledge you. If you're willing to raise your hand, we have a gift for you. Anybody here for the first time? Grateful. We're grateful. I know you've been at other events of ours, but so grateful to have you here on Sunday. So we have a blessing for our new guest and for, well, where did it go? Must not be here. I hope you guys have it memorized. There it is. Okay. We raise our hands and we say, we bless you today, knowing that the peace and happiness you seek is also seeking you. We honor your inner radiance as you let your light shine in the world. We are grateful for your presence in our community, and so it is. We're also grateful for all of our online guests today. If you happen to be here for the first time, I know we have some international people watching now too, so maybe put in the chat where you're from. We appreciate you watching with us today. If we could have our practitioners come forward, please. Please know that our practitioners are here for prayer after the service with you. If you so want that, please just remain seated and let everybody file out to the community, and please take your conversations outside for coffee and refreshment. So and now let's welcome our children. First of all, I have a big favor. Could you blow out these candles for me? Wow. Hey! You did good with that. Well, thank you for being in service today. Thank Kim, and thank you for honoring. Is there something you wanted to share? We don't have. We just don't have a microphone. Jim, can you turn on that? No.
Be kind if no one's even watching.
That's right. That's great. Thank you. So let's, we're here. So let's raise our hands in affirmation and say, we love you, we care about you, and we're here for you. And so it is. Let's all stand for the congregational affirmation. Repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
I am led by Spirit.
I'm led by Spirit.
I'm guided by wisdom.
I'm guided by wisdom.
I'm protected by love.
I'm protected by love.
I am here to be a blessing.
I'm here to be a blessing.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
And so it is.
So it is.
And now our closing song.
All right. Love be with you, peace enfold you, Spirit lift you, breathe it in, truth come through you, good flow to you, let joy renew you, till we meet again, love be with you, oh, love be with you. May good flow to you, let joy renew you, till we meet again, love be with you, oh, 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 love be with you.
May may the light and love be with you this Sunday and this week. Many blessings. Have a great Sunday.
All right.